Hello everyone, my name is Satya. I'm a software engineer here at Johnson Labs. Currently, I am a lead engineer at our integrations team. Our team focuses on building and packaging our state-of-the-art medical language models on different cloud providers. In this session, I'm going to try to cover these topics. First, JSL models as API endpoints. In this topic, I'll explain to you why it's a good idea to start using JSL models as API endpoints over traditional approaches. Then we'll be looking at some of the deployment options we offer. First, we'll look at the AWS Marketplace. I'll show you what listings we are there on the AWS Marketplace, how you can subscribe to it and start using it. Similarly, we look at the Snowflake Marketplace. We have a lot of listings there as well, which you can start subscribing and using on your Snowflake infrastructure. It's a simple process. I'll show you how to do that as well. Then we'll look at the Azure Marketplace, which we recently started working on. We have some LLMs published there. I'll show you the deployment process there and how you can start consuming it. All right. Then we'll look at an on-premise deployment. So if you don't have access to any of these cloud providers, or if you want to start using something locally, we have an on-premise deployment as well. That is with a Docker image, you can start exploring our LLMs, right? So it's a good way to get your feet wet. So we'll be talking about these topics. And I'm going to start with the first topic, which is the JSL models as API endpoints. So JSL models as API endpoints, there are a number of advantages over traditional approach. First is the privacy aspect, right? Since we are on a healthcare domain field, right? Our models and endpoints need to be, our solutions need to be HIPAA or GDPR compliant. Since the API endpoints are deployed on your infrastructure, you can be rest assured that no sensitive data is ever leaked to us, meaning nothing ever calls back to us. The endpoints are hosted on your infrastructure. You can send your data through that endpoint and be assured that nothing is sent back to us, or we don't collect any telemetry or information regarding the what's deployed on your infrastructure. You have mechanisms in place on the provider side, depending on AWS and Snowflake and Azure, you can have a network isolated environment as well. So you can be rest assured that your data is private to yours only, right? Another aspect is the effortless integration, right? Since these are generic endpoints, you can make some calls to the endpoint using REST APIs, or for our cloud providers, they have their own SDKs, right, that you can use in any programming language, for example, right? So you don't need to stick with Python. If you are comfortable with other programming language, if the endpoint is hosted, you can use any programming language of your choice that the cloud provider supports, and you can just make calls to the endpoints, run your data through it, run the inference, get the outputs that you are looking for. Another aspect is the speed aspect, right? So for traditional approaches, you probably need to create some pipelines and test around with the model, or test around or test on dependencies. So that would have been required in the past using traditional approaches. But with the new, with the private API as endpoints, just with a few clicks of the button, you can have the endpoints running on your infrastructure. The endpoints are state of the art. You can just run your data through the endpoint or whatever you want. You can have it integrated on your workflows. So that's why speed, there's improvement on the development types, development cycles. You can just focus on what your needs are and let the model run as a separate entity maintained by us, but on your infrastructure, so everything is secure, right? Another aspect is the maintenance aspect. Since we are the publisher of the models, whenever there is a new model that is better performing, that are created by our data scientist team, we make sure to update the models and make sure all the security patches are in place. Everything is on the marketer side. So based on your need, you may choose, or based on your need, basically you have the flexibility of either switching to the updated model or just staying on the previous version. So everything is supported through the cloud providers endpoints. So Yes, we do. We frequently maintain our inputs or models. Right? There is a scalability aspect since the our endpoints are hosted on those big cloud providers. They have scalability built in, right? So you can choose a lot of so you can have auto scaling clusters based on the number of endpoints you would like. For let's say you have a high bandwidth of data that needs to be done. You have abilities to run multiple endpoints, run batching operations, right? And everything is taken care of by the cloud provider. You can have auto scaling cluster that, depending upon your load, either may scale down the number of nodes that's handling the requests, or scale it up back up, right, depending upon your needs. So these are the advantages of using API endpoints or JSL models as API endpoints. So next is where you can find those models. These models are available on our Johnson Labs website, or Model Sub website to be exact. So I have a link added here. On clicking the link, you can see our model sub page. I'll show the links are out as on the slide, so you can see it exactly. So these are all the models that we currently have on our model sub. 140,000. But all these endpoints, all these models are not available as marketplace product. To find a marketplace product, you have this marketplace filter here. You can use this to find the models which currently are supported as APS or a private API endpoints through the marketplaces, right? So this is how you can find the models on our website.